Welcome back to Vault Hunters 118. In this episode, I want to finish our fission reactor setup and have infinite power. But I know these technical episodes can be a little daunting. So, the game plan, we're going to do technical stuff. Then we're going to run a scavenger vault. Then we're going to finish this, okay? Hopefully that should diffuse the chatty, wordy, chemical nature of this stuff. So, you're probably looking at me like, dude, you got the fission reactor, you got the water supply, you got the turbine, you got the fissile fuel generation. Isn't that everything? Yeah, kind of. I mean, technically we need waste storage, but that's pretty easy. But here's the thing. This guy is going to be producing a lot of Fe. Like hundreds of thousands of Fe per tick. So millions of Fe per second. And we have no good way of storing that. The most we could store is like 90 million Fe, and that's in a power block. And it's just not very good. So I want to build an induction matrix, which is a giant multi-block where you could store billions of Fe really easily. Problem is, to make an induction cell, which is what you use to store energy, you need lithium. And lithium comes from a decently complicated process that basically boils down to, get it, a thermal evaporation. Another one where you take brine from the initial thermal evaporation guy and turn it into lithium. Now, I happen to already have stolen some brine from our brine. Look at this guy, so much brine. I stole 64,000 millibuckets of the stuff. And admittedly, I don't really have a good spot to put another thermal evaporation chamber, so I think I'm just gonna like cheat and build one like in the wall here, because we also need to use this guy right here. No, sorry, this guy right here. No, this guy right here. A chemical crystallizer to turn the lithium into lithium dust, and we need a rotary deconcentrator, but I think this is a rotary yeah, this is a rotary concentrator. So we have all the machines we need. It'll require a little bit of like ripping and tearing, but it shouldn't be too bad. And what would a mechanism episode be without breaking down an absolute ton of Larimar? Ooh, 3 stacks and 13. I have no idea if that's good because I don't want to be counting. I'm pretty sure that's double. All right, this is going to turn into a good, healthy amount of extraordinary Larimar, which we're going to need. I hope one day they reevaluate how much Larimar you need for mechanism. That was 6 extraordinary Larimar, and we only have 710 millibuckets left. Scratch that. Make it 550. Okay, while I'm getting this guy set up, I am just going to go over a little bit of what's going on here. Make sure everybody is on the same page, because I know some of this technical stuff can get really confusing. So what we're doing right now is we're getting lithium, because lithium is needed to create an induction matrix, which is just a really cool, fancy way of storing a very large amount of energy, which we really need to do, because once we get our nuclear reactor up and running, we're going to be producing a very large amount of energy. I built this one block too close. Whoops. So the lithium process is just taking the brine, which is being created in this structure, the same structure as we're making right here, a thermal evaporator, and just running it through another thermal evaporator. That turns it into liquid lithium, which we then process through a few machines, and it turns into lithium dust, and then we can make our cool crafts. And by the way, I have screwed up the building of this thing like 800 times. I do not know why it is so hard for me to build something that I have already built before. There we go. Red particles, red particles. That's what you want to see. And I'm going to put a resistive heater, not there. I'm going to put a resistive heater here. The resistive heater basically just takes in power and heats this good guy up. We want a nice hot temperature. Alrighty, easy as that. That is getting, well, I was going to say it's getting nice and hot. Now it's getting cold. Why are we getting colder? You should be getting hotter. Interesting. Are we out of energy? No, we're not out of energy. Oh, I know why. Because you should be using a lot more. Make more heat. Yes. Okay, more heat, good. Now we can input our brine by doing this and just making sure that is set to pull. That got sucked in real fast and is turning into a decent amount of liquid lithium. No, yeah, that'll turn into quite a bit. Yeah, 10 millibuckets at a time. Very nice, very nice. So what we could then do is literally take this guy, move it over here, and connect these tubes to it with output. There we go. And our lithium gets poured right in. That looks really cool. There we go. How much lithium do we have? 6,400 millibuckets of the stuff. Not too bad, not too bad. Now we put it into a rotary condensator, which is this guy. That being said, this guy is kind of full of water. It's kind of cheap to make them. Might as well. It'll be good to have an extra. There we go. Nice and easy. And just because I want to be simple about things, I'll just throw this guy right here. I believe then I could literally put this in here. I know I can insert. Oh, wait. Does it have to be decondensating? Come on. There we go. Perfect, perfect. And that is going to decondentrate into lithium. So it's coming from liquid lithium into gaseous lithium. There we go. Now we got our gaseous lithium. So I think we can put this guy in there. Perfect. And it gets filled right up with the gaseous lithium. And then all we have to do is come to our chemical crystallizer, pop in our gaseous lithium, and there we go. Lithium dust. Congratulations. You made it through part 1 of the technical stuff. Thanks for sticking with me. All right. We can relax our minds and run a vault. Alrighty. A level 59 scavenger hunt just for us. And we actually have no hunter specified. Now, I do want to open a bunch of gilded chests. So I'm really crossing my fingers for gilded stuff because if we find 3 more red scrolls, we get some echo gems. And then I get to do this item submission one, which is always really fun. And yeah, so this should be nice and simple, nice and relaxing. A good way to unwind and prepare ourselves for the final stages of building our reactor, which is actually construction. Hey, we got gilded. Perfect. Oh, and pottery shards. Also good because we're in need of carbon. Oh, but we don't have a living one. Oh, but it's the living Omega room. I love the mushroom room. I love the look of it. Like, yes, I love the look of all the rooms. Okay, there's no one room in particular that I think I could pick as my favorite at the moment. But like, if I had to, it might be the mushroom room. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna skip the mushroom room because we have 7 epics and wooden chests. I mean, I know where it is, you know. If we're not able to finish the vault, if I'm feeling like, yeah, no dice, no way, I can always come back here. Oh. What? This is a relaxing vault. I said this vault was going to be relaxing and simple, where we played a scavenger run, and immediately the vault is like, do you want chests you don't need? Do you want ores you don't need? Ooh, and immediately we get a coin dragon. That is lucky. That is very lucky. I don't know if we'll get all 7, but I feel like we could get a pretty decent amount of our blood vials here. None. Okay. We got none. That's alright. Ooh, 2 strays. Where was this vault when I was looking for strays, huh? You know what I haven't talked about in a little while? Dungeons and Dragons. I promise I will keep it shorter than the last few times I've talked about them. I've taken up, like, what the heck? Brrr, scaring me, man. Not fair. The last few times I've talked about my D&D campaign, I've taken the entire episode. So, a little shorter this time. But I just want to tell a very recent story. Happened last session. The players embarked on a quest to imbue the blade of a former foe with draconic magic in order to upgrade it. They knew the location of the owner's former hoard, the owner being a dragon, and they tracked it across the sea to this insane, island of ash, right? I think I mentioned that in another episode. But in this session, they entered into the core of the island, into this underground atrium where the volcano that laid waste to the city lied in wait, and the whole horde of the dragon laid in a bubbling, boiling puddle of lava, well, lake of lava, right? And of course, they weren't allowed to take anything from the horde as they were in service of a dragon turtle. So there's the context. Well, naturally, my players immediately go looking for the horde, or at least the rogue and the sorcerer, the chaotic stupid sorcerer and the chaotic neutral rogue. They go looking for the horde. Fine. I had anticipated this. Inside the horde, you know, they noticed this beautiful golden like rock, this beautiful golden stone, and they know they're not meant to have it, but oh, it's so pretty. It's everything they've ever wanted, you know. And basically, you know, obviously cursed, right? You know, it's just like when they looked at it, like, oh, it would make the sorcerer more charismatic. It would make the rogue more dexterous. You know, oh, these lovely things. But it's made of gold and they can't have it. And so, so long story short, they go down there, right? The sorcerer who's resistant to fire and can survive in the volcano a little longer goes down there. And lo and behold, wisdom save fails by 1. They're cursed to just stand and stare at it. The issue is they're literally standing in a volcano, and the volcanic fumes are slowly poisoning and killing them, right? Basically, every round they need to make a really, really, really high constitution check or save, and if they fail that, they take a level of exhausted from 1 D&D. So one minus to all rolls, right? So it's accumulating, right? The more they fail, the more likely they are to fail. It's very nasty situation, very dangerous, especially because they're 100 feet down in this volcanic channel. So the rogue goes down with his winged boots, tries to save the sorcerer, and fails to save by 1, leaving the bard completely stranded with the rest of the party halfway across this atrium. So they start running over, right? They're like, the bard's yelling, screaming for help. They're literally just poisoning to death. The sorcerer keeps rolling natural 20s, which is the exact number they need to succeed, because like they had so many like negatives to their modifiers and stuff. It was like required to roll natural 20s. It was insane. And the bard polymorphs into a giant eagle because the giant eagle is decently wise, which is needed to beat the save against the cursed object, and succeeds the save by a full point, rips them away, and saves their life because they decided they wanted to look at the obviously cursed magic item. It's very funny. Yeah, so there's, I guess the point of that is when your dungeon master describes a magic item as the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and that it will give you all the powers in the world that you desire, probably don't touch it. That'd be a really cool idea. Cursed vault gear. Right? Like vault gear that's like, it's like really, really powerful, but if you wear it, it curses your vaults always. That would be really interesting. And like, you wouldn't be able to wear an idol as well. I maybe like the curse, you know, the gods abhor cursed items, so you can't use idols. Because if you could use idols, then you just have immunities to some of the curses, and it wouldn't matter as much, and that'd be lame. I didn't even notice his vault had opulent on it. How nice. That is very nice. The only thing is, though, we're still taking a real long time to find what we need, so we gotta pick up the pace here if we want to complete this. Well, this could be a lucky break for our blood vials. I've seen a few blood vials, but not a lot. We've been very unlucky with those. We need 7. We have 5. Okay. Not too bad. Probably like 1 more POI, maybe? I feel like I have been getting trapped like crazy in this vault. I hope I remember to check my statistics at the end, because I am curious if I am being trapped out of the ordinary. Alrighty, there's blood vials, so now it's just gilded chests and wooden chests. I have a feeling I'm not going to need to necessarily like specifically hunter for wooden chests, considering they're wooden chests. I think it's mostly going to come down to luck on those. So I think I am going to spec into gilded, especially because, you know, bounty. Ooh, a lot of gilded here. Oh, this could be it. We're gilded, at least. Oop, there's the bounty. Well, we got 2 out of all those chests. I got goblets. I got all the rare stuff. But none of the scrolls. That's typical. It's alright, it's alright. We have plenty of time. There's another one. Ooh, is that a paint bucket room? Nifty, nifty. There could be lots of chests in here. And is not a single one of these buckets gilded? Okay, only 2 more, I think. Only 1 more. Dang it. Ah, so close on the gilded chests. I think there's a dungeon over here. Could it be a wooden dungeon? Oh, I think it is a wooden dungeon, actually. Would you look at that? What are the odds? I have no idea, actually. What are the odds? And not even 1 pottery shard out of that. Aw, man. Yeah. Not looking like we'll get the completion. But you know what? You know what? We tried our hardest. I say let's head back to the start room and maybe drown our sorrows in a few living chests if we make it in time. Otherwise, I think this was a pretty good vault. I'm happy with the carbon I got, which is definitely something I was focusing on because carbon is always running out. Oh, going the wrong way still. And, man, we need a lot of chromatic steel for mechanism stuff. Every one of those circuits you see me craft is a full chromatic steel, as well as, like, I think almost the equivalent of, like, 4 Larimar or something. It's really expensive. Here, I'll grab these easy living chests, and hopefully none of them will be trapped. It's a good thing I found that living scroll, because chest scrolls are actually being given a really cool use in Update 8. You can use them in the new rune system. So, always keep your chest scrolls until Update 8, and then it'll be really obvious to keep your chest scrolls. And hey, we got a little bit of gear. Let's roll it. Ooh, I wonder if we'll get anything new. That was almost an epic helmet. That would have been so... Whoa! Yeah! Awesome! And it's even a crown. Cool. That's no good. That's alright. Epic helmet. Ooh. Tier 4 armor. Okay, Tier 4 armor is sad. Very sad, even. Especially because this guy's maximum Tier 5. But I'm curious what we could roll on this guy. Because, like I said, I've been looking for health instead of healing efficiency, as I'm kind of over healing efficiency. I should have waited to roll that. Because they're adding a new implicit tier, aren't they? Well, that's okay. Then we can smack on an implicit focus. I'm just curious what I can get from this. It doesn't have health on it, but 13% increased damage and plus 5 armor is actually really good. I'd lose 9% resistance, but let's see, that's 20 armor compared to 18 armor. Not bad. I'll keep it. I'll keep it for now. I'll keep it for now. Okay, mind's clear, relaxed, rambling story, scavenger vault, all the good stuff rolled up in one. Now let's get to crafting some complicated stuff. So an induction matrix is made a lot out of this induction casing and the structural glass, but the big thing is we're going to need a lot of these energy tablets. Good thing we have a bunch of gold and redstone, but we need a lot of infused alloy. We're going to need 2 induction ports, which is kind of lucky because, you know, you make 2 at a time, which is awesome. It's going to require, unfortunately, some vault diamonds, but not the biggest thing in the world. Now we have, these are induction cells, okay? They store energy. The basic one stores 3.2 billion. The advanced stores 2.6 billion. This one stores 200 billion, and this one stores 1 trillion. Each one requires 4 of the one below it. It's still like a little more efficient, but it's expensive. I'd like to make an advanced induction cell, actually. I think that'd be really good. Especially because I have advanced energy cubes from mod boxes. That does, however, mean we're going to need, let's see, 4 of these, which is 4 energy tablets times 4 is 16, and then 4 more. We're going to need 20 energy tablets, so 40 infused alloy. Yeah, a little pricey. The lithium dust I'm not stressing about because it's pretty cheap. Then we're also going to need an induction provider. This is the input-output. So this one is 102,000 FE input, and it's not that bad. It does require a lot of chromatic steel, and of course, I want to upgrade it to the advanced induction provider for up to 820,000 input output. I think that'll be really good. So we're going to need 20 of those circuits, which means 20 chromatic steel, which we don't even have crafted. So let's start with that. Don't want to burn through all of our carbon. There we go. Okay, cool. Trying to keep it for like if we want to do stuff with dielectric paste or whatnot. That's not so bad though. And then chromatic iron, I'll just do half a stack. And then I'm imagining we're going to need to break even further into our Larimar. Actually, I hope we even have enough Larimar for this project, because these circuits require a lot. Do-ba-do. Do-do-ba-do. This was 10 minutes of crafting items with weird names that are hard to pronounce. The induction matrix costs so much Larimar you would not believe the amount. Well, I mathed that out incredibly wrong. Yeah. Very, very wrong. Very wrong. Oops. I don't even think I could create that, and then I need more energy tablets, and that's not happening. Okay, looks like we're sticking with 6.4 billion and 200 or so thousand output, but that's fine. That should be more than enough to start with. It's a little unfortunate, but not like the worst thing. The last thing we need are radioactive waste barrels, because why not? And they use these pressurized tubes, so I'll just make 5 of them for now, because that's what I got. That's more than I thought it would be. Okay, so maybe we do this maneuver here. All right, less space than I was hoping. Does this even work? Like if I... Let's see, if I put the induction port here for the input, and then we could have induction port here for the output. Does this top row need to be lined with the induction casing? Because if so, we could be in trouble. Also, I'm out of structural glass. Oh, I might have made a bad call earlier. I just need 4 more of these. I think, okay. We're in the game. We're in the game. We were never out of the game. We were never worried. We were never stressing. Okay? Easy peasy as pie. There we go. Red particles. Beautiful. Awesome. So we can store 1.5 million? What? Oh, no, it has 1.5. They can store. Okay, cool. You know, actually, now I'm wondering, could this have been structural glass? Because if so, oh. Oh, that means... I think I could actually move this up by a 1 so we could fit everything in there. Okay, cool. And there we go. Check this out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it looks so cool. Let's get our universal cable here. And then here will be the extraction point. Okay, alright, that was rude. You're getting destroyed for that. And last, but seriously not least, the waste. This is a very final decision, by the way. So I think I'm actually going to move this guy up 1. I think that'll look better. Once these get filled with nuclear waste, they are not moving. Ever. If I move them, I irradiate the area and we have a massive issue. So say hello to these barrels. They're staying here forever. All right, big moment here. This could literally explode, irradiate the whole area, and destroy everything. That is why I made it back up. We have used every single piece of Larimar in the entire world, and it's mostly in these machines. All right, so I was asked for a description of how this works. Sorry I didn't do this earlier, but I'll do it now that we have everything. I'll go from step 1. So, step 1. Is these guys. This is fissile fuel generation. It takes in uranium and it takes in fluorite, which I didn't have enough for a full drawer, and through a chemical process turns it into fissile fuel. Fissile fuel, along with coolant, in our case water, is pumped into our fission reactor. Okay, we have water coming from this sink. We have multiple connections, right? Because the sink has infinite water in it, but these tubes can only move water so fast. That's why we have multiple, and that's why we have this tube coming out of our turbine to recycle some of the water. It's not that we could run out of water, it's that we can move it too slow, and then this thing explodes. The fission reactor is going to heat up the water inside of it, turn it into steam, and send that steam into our industrial turbine. The industrial turbine is going to go spin, because of all the steam inside of it. And it is going to generate power as it's spinning. That power is then going to be sent into our induction matrix, which can store 9.6 billion energy and can move like 200,000 FE per tick. So pretty good. And then eventually I'll hook that into our ender cube and we'll have infinite power. Well, suppose the sun is setting. It's glowing with lava. It's good as time as any. I am so terribly nervous. Okay. Burn rate is only set to 0.1 millibuckets per tick, okay? That means it's only going to burn 0.1 millibuckets of fissile fuel per tick. Go. Okay. All right, the temperature's climbing. That's fine. We're heating 2,000 millibuckets of water per tick. Okay, all right. It's passing through. The steam's good. Let's check our water here. We're not running out of water. All right. Nice, nice. Okay, okay. Everything is holding steady. Our fissile fuel generation is going to be going, and right now we're producing more fissile fuel than we need. Perfect, 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 perfect. You can see here we're spinning very, very slowly, right? And we are only producing 2.2 thousand FE, but if I come in here, you can see that 2.2 thousand FE is generating. Awesome. Oh my gosh, nuclear power. Okay, so the next step is actually routing power from here into here, which I think I'm just going to set up now. Perfect amount. Awesome. Okay. And configurator is going to set this to pull. So it's basically going to pull out the energy, I think. Oh, wait. This might have... There we go. Output. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Now these guys can be running at their super full speed. Okay. So next step is to increase the burn rate. I'm going to jump it all the way to 3, which is going to heat this thing up way more. The big thing, we need to watch out for running out of water. That's the most dangerous thing. This water supply needs to hold steady, okay? If our water supply runs out, we're going to explode. We're going to explode. It'll be so bad. But check this out. We're now producing 68,000 FE per tick. Oh my gosh, that's insane. So we also need to make sure, are we producing as much fissile fuel as we're using? And yes, you can see this number is holding steady, right? It's very loud here. I'm probably gonna have my game noises down. This number's holding steady. This number's holding steady. We're producing more than we're consuming, which is extremely important. Now, as we add more sinks, right, and maybe even upgrade these pipes, we can increase the burn rate of our fissile fuel. We can also only increase it, you can see, up to a maximum of 10 millibuckets per tick. So we're not even burning it half just yet. But if we make this bigger by increasing its width and height, we can do bigger burns, but we'll need more water to flow through it. So at the moment, I think we're pretty good. I love how this all looks, by the way. I love how this all looks. So all that's left to do is hook up our ender stuff to it, which I'll do in a different episode because I am sure we have gone a little bit over time. Yeah. I am so glad this didn't explode. Do ba 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 do.